but he parries and they stand off. She moves in again, weave, moves behind him to knock the sword out of his hand. And now, where are you looking, gang? She's right behind you. Turns around to strike, but she was out of there. Begins to press just how fast she was. Calls the sword back to him and we get his POV. So we start off with Red 2 going up against Chairman Jin. And first of all, you'd be dead right now if it wasn't for her, you ungrateful ass vampire. He was trying to leave and go perform some nonsensical activities, but she wasn't having none of that. So he pulls her in using the chain. And look at the expression right here, like
Jesus Christ.
Anybody that isn't me or Chairman Jin would have folded, straight up terrified. But as y'all about to see, we built different. His 2 easy moves and then a kick. Backs up a bit and oh, bro knew he was cooked. How you go from straight geeking to straight up terrified? And she was just getting started like, bruh. Pulls him in, dragging him on the floor like, nah, bruh. I would have walked away right here and then. Shit is not worth the embarrassment. Slams him into the rocks, breaking them. And she was moving so clean. She was just so
sensational.
I don't even know why bro was straight laughing and geeking like, bruh, you've not landed a single hit, my boy. Lock in. Pause from the roof to attack. Shorty was not even breaking a sweat. She was just so easy. Hops around like a bunny and closes him for a 3 piece.
That don't work.
Pins her down with his foot on the chain. Goes in for another 3 piece. How many times you gotta tell you this? That don't work. She punishes him for it this time and grabs his arm. That's a low, elegant spin move. Elbow to the guts. Just look at this impact frame. Knocks him away and bro must have a few screws loose. Cause how are you getting your ass whooped and you're all smiles and geeks? You weird, buddy. That's all these movements only to get knocked back again. The shorty hitting this anger pose. Gets up only to fall back down. Finally starting to feel the effects of all those beatings. And you know shit is bad when the one responsible for your state is feeling sorry for your ass. Like, bro, just give up. I really wish you would have listened to my words of advice. Sends off 4 energy blasts, blocks the first 2, wins the other, and then gets pushed back by the last. Bro follows up with what looks like a drop kick, which it doesn't land. Like, bro, what was the purpose of that? Continues with his attack, but Shorty had had enough. Ties his arms with the chains, and if I can't use my arms, I'm attempting to sand bitch, but even that didn't help him. Shorty does this elegant weave, making their faces meet. Ties up his whole body so he pins her to the wall. Pause, and turns to Zoe Spencer trying to take a bite out of her, but snaps out of it, realizing he's losing aura, and then says, F it, ain't no recovery from this, so I might as well. But Shorty does him so bad right here, pip game. After eating straight rocks, literally, heel to the head, follows up with an elbow to the face, and then did y'all catch that? She slaps his face, followed up by a gut check, and then finally another nasty heel to the face. Like, gang, keep this frame. How are you gonna let your girl fold your ass this bad?
You are a worthless bitch ass nigga.
And yeah, for those who haven't watched the show, these two are actually lovebirds. And Shorty's actually trying to save dude from being taken over by a vampire demon. No playboy card. That last kick was so crazy. Had my boy spinning and dancing gracefully in the air. That shit was just so sensational. But she wasn't finished just yet. Flash steps to her side. Eyes gone black, so you know she's locked in. Goes into the avatar stage, calling upon the menace herself, Avatar. Charges up this attack, but only to punk fake his ass and miss on camera. I just know Kyoshi's disappointed and probably took over the last second. Dude was still surprised he's alive and finally lands a hook, but only because she let him. Shorty beat his ass so bad she just had to give him this one. They land back down. He walks up to her and grins. Yeah, I don't even know what's going on, bro. But yeah, that was the fight. They have this emotional moment, but they get interrupted by a call from Chairman Jin's students on Chicken Island, and that's where we are going to next. The island was being attacked by this assassin named White Fox, and not gonna lie, that is a cool ass nickname. He arrived on the island to assassinate Seven, but Seven had left the island to go after the leader of the assassins. He called Seven and gave him a couple of days to return to the island, otherwise he will make everyone on Chicken Island, and that's why he's attacking now. But Seven was in no condition to battle at the moment, so the Prince of Stan goes to face White Fox in his place. He pulls up on White Fox and immediately recognizes him as a threat, moves in and tries stabbing him multiple times. He weaves and hits him with his 2 palm moves, sending bro flying through multiple buildings. I just know the islanders are gonna be pissed after this. Flash steps to him and charges up his energy pistol, but the Prince of Stan blocks with a signboard, making it explode. White Fox's ability is basically he shoots these energy balls that makes anything they come into contact with explode. Yes, I said anything. P.S. Prince of Stan, come on, keep up. Shoots all these missiles, to which White Fox counters with his energy balls. They land and P.S. abs the pole on him, and he was so crazy powerful too, like just look at his expression. But of course, he evades and attacks him from behind, shattering his arm. Just as he was about to finish him off, Cola interrupts and somehow convinces White Fox to let P.S. go and recover and face him the next day, which sounds extremely dumb. Like, why would you let your enemy escape and go better themselves? But you know, PS is just that guy. He's built different, so he allows it. PS pulls up the next night, right after White Fox finished eating. Like, damn, bruh, not even a minute to let the food digest. Goes through this Power Rangers art transformation, rushes him with his big ass shield. White Fox sneaks back, charges up an energy ball with both hands, and destroys his shield. Sends out 2 more attacks, destroying part of the robot, but PS manages to grab him and steps out of his Megatron. Tries ending the fight with a stab attack, but White Fox displays the energy, destroying his arm and the Megatron. This was deja vu as Cola saves PS again, using her ability to freeze White Fox. PS tries taking advantage of this to deal a finishing blow, but White Fox overpowers Cola, sending an energy ball her way. but PS saves her, sacrificing his arm, and they both got blown away. White Fox realized Cola was a threat, so he was hell-bent on finishing her first, but he misses. Turns out it was the chameleon assassin who Seven asked to protect Cola before he left for Shuangwu. One means there was all it took for Bro to realize he was cooked. Had Bro backing up, sweating bullets and shaking in his boots. But he finds his resolve and calls out to the Frost Horseman, who comes from above pretending to strike with his sword, but fires a bullet instead and lands the first hit on White Fox. Strike. Weave. Spin move to send chameleon guy flying and crashing into him, followed up by an energy bomb, but they luckily push each other out of the way, making the store behind them explode. Looks like chameleon guy is attending the Juice WRLD concert, yeah. White Fox starts toying with the Frost Horseman, walks off to finish Cola, but he gets subbed, runs up to him only to get big slap like, oh nah bro, I'm crying. Now if you're a man and you're getting done like this by another man, yeah, it's time to start rethinking your life decisions, bro, because how did he end up here in the first place? Another slap had my boy on his knees. He kept getting up and getting slapped. She was so sad they were playing emotional music in the background. It was about to end when these two tried their best, but to no end. And yeah, peep what the fraud does next. He throws his sword. White Fox weaves it, making it shoot a bullet upon landing. Weaves again, but he got distracted for a second. So Bro moves in with a kick to the face, and I gotta hand it to him. He might be a Frost Horseman, but right now he's the only one who's actually putting up numbers. Managing to land 2 hits on White Fox is crazy. White Fox felt disrespected to be kicked by these Timo ass sneakers, so he turns to an airbender, spins him around, and that's what about the fuck this is. And peep the impact spring. No way Bro is surviving this, right? Tries offering the girl with the glasses, but gets saved by none other than Red Tooth. Yeah, I know, I'm confused as well, but fuck it, if there's boxing, we game, so lock in. They chat for a bit and turns out Red Tooth worked out a deal with Chairman Jin, the shadow who was whooping his ass earlier. Sends out 3 energy flashes. White Fox absorbs them, using them to power his, and sends out Scissor Seven. RT, Red Tooth, nigga, keep up. Are you slow? RT Reels 2, looking geeked as usual, and I hope he actually puts up a fight this time, cause last time he looked this excited, it didn't end well. Clash, and the smoke clears up and turns out he landed the attack. Had White Fox bleeding and surprised, and he was surprised that RT got rid of the Lily Seal, which was put on him by the same shoddy, and that was the end of their fight. Yeah, this fight was pretty short, but I got one last one for y'all, back on Shuangwu. The last fight I want to cover is the season finale fight between the Green Phoenix and the leader of the Shadow Assassins. Basically, the leader of the Shadow Assassins murked Green Phoenix's entire village, so he wanted revenge. But since the leader was always surrounded by high-ranking assassins, he couldn't make his move. That's why he came up with this brilliant plan to make every assassin go after Seven, leaving the Shadow leader alone and granting him the opportunity he's been waiting on. Green Phoenix charges up his aura, moves in for the stab, only to get speed blazed by the leader's assistant. He manages to block though, moving back. She flash steps behind him, tries taking his head, pause, but he parries and they stand off. She moves in again, weave, moves behind him to knock the sword out of his hand. And now, where are you looking, gang? She's right behind you. Turns around to strike, but she was out of there. Begins to flex just how fast she was. Calls the sword back to him and regain his POV. Moves in again to attack and flash step. Uses the reflection on his sword to determine her position, and oh nah, this gotta be terrifying for Yahoo and builds like us. Easy weave into a block and they back up into a stance. And yo, I just gotta say, the shorties in this anime can box. God damn, I might just make a separate video for that. Draws out her daggers, begins to flex her speed with all this unnecessary movement. Brody, just calm down. Brody was just calm. Closes his eyes so you know he's lacking it. Blocks the dagger with just pure aura. His eyes still closed, turns around, making her back up, and peep what he does next. Uses telekinesis, sends his sword after her, calls the sword back to him and moves in. And I'm not gonna lie, I thought that was GG's for Shorty right here. But she really is a speed demon because she actually managed to evade her with no harm. Shit is crazy. They stare off once more and the leader was talking smack. But Green Phoenix wasn't having it. He leaps in and goes after the leader. Shorty hot on his tail. Pops a domain, leaving the shorty out, so he gets the face of a one-on-one with the leader. Flows down and walks towards the leader, taking off his Louis coat cause she was about to get serious. The leader finally gets up and draws his sword, changing the whole environment with just pure aura. Growing 15 feet tall, strike, and the end. If I end the video right here, who gonna stop me? Who's gonna stop me? Nah, I'm just playing. Lock in for the final showdown. Goes in for a swing. Easy weave. Transforms into a Green Phoenix, rushing the leader. Weaves 3 swings and goes through him. I don't even know what just happened. Not only evades, getting his head cut off. The leader attacks from above. He dodges, but the impact sends him flying and he was taking damage from these energy blasts. Weaves 2 attacks, the third one sending him into a flashback to his master. And weave. Goes into the avatar stage, like how many avatars do you have in this verse, bruh? But anyway, just look at this animation, bruh. TBA could take notes. She was so elegant. And boom, destroys everything within the domain, landing a hit. But Shorty managed to step in front of the leader, so it wasn't as fatal. And turns out she's a robot from Stan. And that was the fight right here. They show him a video of his student 13 who was about to be snake food. So he goes off to rescue her. And not gonna lie, I'm kinda disappointed with the results. I was really hoping he got his revenge, but I guess 7 is gonna take care of the leader. Hopefully, I don't even know. There's actually one more fight Griffin's goes through, but I'ma leave that for y'all to go watch for yourselves. And if you made it this far in the video, you might as well subscribe, leave me recommendations in the comments, like the video, and I'll catch you in the next one. Love y'all.
This is the fight of our lives, and we're gonna win. Whatever it takes.
Listen to your mom.